Hey, I'm Mindy Kinnis. This is The Daily Rage. I received a question from one of the students in my futures class, and he says, "Hi Mindy, can you please give me some advice? The price action on the matrix moves pretty quickly for M2KZ. I find it difficult to trade when it is moving so quickly. Is there a method or strategy that would help with this? Thank you." Okay, so Ricardo, first off, thank you for your question. And let's take a look at how this works. This is the M2KZ we're looking at right here. That's the micro Russell. And the way that I set this up is all based on this matrix and this trade bar over here on the right. But even before that, I would ask you two questions. First and foremost, when are you trying to trade this thing? Because let's say you're trying to trade at the open of the stock market. That gets crazy. It has super wild swings. As you can see here today, it went way down and then came back up. And actually, let's look at it on a smaller time frame so you can see. So the open is 7:30 my time zone. So you can see it went down pretty quick and then came back up. So you really need to be a fast decision maker if you want to do that. You also need to be able to move fairly quickly and execute quickly. So if you are unable to do that for whatever reason, or maybe you just don't like it, you might not want to trade the open. You might want to trade a time where it's a little more chill. For instance, later in the day or even in the evening. Now, I know, Ricardo, you happen to live overseas, so that's going to be different for your time zone. But that would be my first question is, when are you trying to trade this thing? My second question for you would be, and this is for everybody, is think about what you are trying to trade. So if you don't like the really fast moving price action, you may not want to trade the indexes. You may want to trade something that moves slower. There are tons of different things to trade in the futures market, so you don't have to trade the indexes. The key for all of us is not to force ourselves to trade like somebody else does, but to find out what works best for ourselves. That means we need to understand what type of trader we are, what our strengths are, and also what our weaknesses are. So we don't just try to emulate somebody else. We can learn from them, of course, but bring whatever works for you and hold on to that and then throw out the rest if it doesn't work for you. So that's the thing. The when is key, and also the what is key. But let's say you're like, Mindy, no, I actually do want to trade this thing, and this is the one that I'm focused on. How the heck do I do it? Here's how I do it. So if you look at my order settings over here on the right, I have my quantity set as 1. That's how many lots I want to trade. And it's set up in this auto limit and stop, and duration good till cancel. I also want to attach this OSO, that's order sends order. So that's going to give me an exit of 1 limit order with profit and 1 stop order. Now the way that you can organize this is you click these little 3 dots, and I have mine set like this. The limit, that's going to be my profit target, is 60, and my stop market is going to be 30. And I'm going to show you exactly why I have those set that way. You can set yours to whatever you want based on your personal risk and also your target if you are trading with targets. So I'm going to say okay for now. And then most of the time, I'm not setting limit orders in here. I pretty much never do that. Why? Because I want to get in and out fairly quickly. So let's just say, now, just to be clear, I would not actually take this trade. This is in my sim, so just as a demo, but this is pretty much trading sideways recently, so I would be chilling on this. I would not jump into this trade. But let's just say we were like, hey, I want to go long. This thing looks like it's going up. We'll see if it actually breaks through this parabolic SAR. Who knows? But we're going to jump in to the long side. So again, I'm not going to do it on here because I want to get in fast. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this button here, buy market, bam.
Order filled.
Now, with that 60 and 30 set, you can see that I have a $15 risk already going here, okay? So on the Russell, if I'm trading that, that would be $150 risk, which is essentially the biggest risk that I ever want to take on any trade. But on the micro, because we're talking about multipliers of 10, it's only 15 bucks. And my 60-point profit target is $30 of profit. Why? Because on the big one, the Russell, that would be 300, and that is my daily target. So that is how I set it up so that I'm not all that concerned about what the price action is doing. The more important thing is when you're trying to trade this thing and what you're trying to trade. So I hope that helps. I could close that one out. I could change this by clicking on these dots. And let's say I wanted to make it bigger. And I wanted to do 150. I could say, okay. And now if I were to place my order,
order filled.
I just bought at the market, and now you can see I have $25 worth of risk instead of 15. And my profit target in this case would be 50 bucks. I'm Mindy Kinnis. Thanks so much for watching.